Hi guys, good evening sa viewers ko ngayon. And that music is coming from Ben Sound, a good source for royalty-free music. It's 9:57 p.m. and we're just waiting for 3 minutes actually. Sineset up ko pa yung ano. Oops, I spoke on Tagalog. That's not bad. That's not good. I'm just waiting for the time to be 10 p.m. so we can start. You guys can check out the chat box.
User left your channel.
You can oops, that's my TeamSpeak. Because I was just playing
Sound muted.
Arma 3 just now with my friends from the Arma Philippines. So if you guys have Arma, you can check it out. Okay, so the thing is, we are, we are live. We are live right now. We're just waiting for the time to be 10 p.m. and we can start, I guess, in a bit. Okay. So I'm just setting up my desktop behind the scenes so that it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. So the idea is we will be creating a web component that lazy loads our images. That is because we need to have, again, we need to have on our first load a really fast first load that hopefully we could include images there, but for our banner images, our banner image, it's already about 70 kilobytes, so it's way above our purple 50 threshold. So what we will be doing is to, just like in Medium, if you check out on Medium sites, if you check out Medium articles that has images, it will load up first uh, a pixelated image, and then would load later, or lazy load, the image that's supposed to be loaded. So what we will be doing is the same thing, the same behavior, but um, using web components. Okay, so my brain is a bit fried. So I just came from Manila from a meeting and then went straight to just dinner and a bit of gameplay with my friends, and then to here so that I can be with you guys. Okay, so I guess we can start. And where's my, yep. So here's the code editor. I'm using VSCode. So I'm running it on Linux right now because I'm still not comfortable running it on Windows 10. I'm using Insider Preview, and they have some problems with the current version. We have some problems with installing npm, especially on Yarn, using Yarn, and I don't know if they have fixed that with the current version that I'm having. But instead of like thinking if or instead of using that and having some problems, I'm just going for Linux. I'm using Ubuntu 64 running on VirtualBox for this one. Okay, so where were we? So last time we created a purple fire module with pages, and the landing page is, let's see, the index.html, which defines the HTML template. And we can see here that we have an image, which is this one, and we created we have a load thumbnail first, and of course we used the Polymer variable, so to one-way binding for this one, because we don't need to have or to check if the source attribute of image, we don't need to check if the source attribute of image changed to save it on the banner image. We just need the one-way binding for it. So for that banner image, it's actually this one. It's just a constant, and then put it as a default value of the property banner image, which we are using right now here. So if we check that image, I've saved it on Firebase storage. This is the image. So once we, let's see, if we, oops, not that one. If we run it, npm run, let's say we create a production. I haven't tested the production part. This one, let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, it should not create the service worker for this one because I haven't set it up on my gulp file. But let's just try minifying the file and bundling it up and see how fast our page is. So let's Firebase serve only hosting, and it should be serving, yeah, it should be serving the build folder, which is the production folder, and it's working right now. Let's see the network, and as you can see here, the main, it's still 314 KB. So I haven't set up the production to be to minify the files. So okay, let's we'll fix that later, or actually I'll just fix that later. We just need to go back and make sure that it's running on watch, so that every time we edit the file we don't need to compile the whole thing. So again, we want to lazy load this image, but thumbnail first. So we go to console, Firebase, Google, and check our storage. The file should be there in our storage because we have put it there. Again, my current idea for this is that images should be separate from the project folder, unless it's that they are icons or stuff like that, because it's easier to cache it when it's already in Firebase. And the Webpack module that I'm using, it has ImageMin, which sort of compiles or minifies or optimize the image, and it takes a while to run that module. So we need to separate the images so that it only compiles the code instead of the images. Okay, so the original is here. Yep, that's the file. So the idea is we put the thumbnail on this one. So let's try downloading this again, or I guess if I'm It might be in my downloads already. Yep, it is. So what we can do is just going to use pickresize.com for this. You have a better image resize, that will be better. Now let's say we just make it really small, so it's 160 by 100, and make it a good one, so it's really low quality. So it's 4 kilobytes, so let's save it on disk. And then just to make it really small, if it still can be what do you call this, it still can be minified, let's just drag it on smart tiny PNG, and it's just 3.7 kilobytes, but still that's okay, I guess. So we have put it here, and downloads, there you go, the 3.7. okay, so we have put that, and let's say we copy that and put it on our code. So let's say that it's const thumbnail banner image is equals to this one, and that thumbnail banner image is a type string read only, so that it's not going to be changed by anything unless you know something else in Polymer on how to hack and change the value, which is easy enough. So anyway, so the idea is to load the thumbnail first, thumbnail banner image. So let's see what will happen. And it's not, oh yeah, I forgot to turn on the server, which is Firebase serve only hosting. Okay, it's running on public right now, and yeah, you can see that it's really pixelated. The image is really pixelated. Now how to lazy load the the image. What we can do is to create a component. So on the Purple Fire module, we create a components folder, and from there we just create let's say image lazy loader for the lack of name, and then the index HTML, index.js, and index.scss. These are my sort of patterns already, and I'm just going to copy this because I'm too lazy to like figure it out myself. And then just remove this, and then just change this as image lazy loader, and just for brevity we name this as component. I should have used F3, but yeah. Now for this one, I'm just copying it again, removing the template, and this is just image lazy loader. Now for this to sort of work, we can import, we can use for for this, we can just use this because the src folder is resolved automatically by Webpack, so this is fine. And then we add image lazy loader, and tada, it's working. Okay, should remove this. Okay, so now what happens? What I wanted to do is to have src here. So the idea is to have the src here, which is supposed to be the banner image. So let's add that. So what happens if it's if I load it, it's not going to work because we haven't defined what the whole thing is. Like this image lazy load, what does it do? We didn't define how should it work, or what will it do for the child elements that it has. So what we can do is to put a slot just by this one, and we refresh it, the image would show up. So that's part of the web components spec. The slot would define in the shadow DOM the area where the child elements should show up. So if, like, let's say I added, let's say, hello world here, it's like changing the behavior of the web component to always add a hello world, and after that is the child elements inside that web component. So let's just say we do this, and then what we will do is we define the src as a property of image lazy loader, and it should return src is a type string. Yeah, I think that's enough. And then what we can do is, if there's a value involved, we should observe what it does. So for this one, we just say load image. So we create a function or a method for this class, for this element, that loads the image given a string. So let's try it out. What happens if we do that? And it will show up the URL of the banner image. So what we can do is yeah, because it's lazy loading the image, what we can do is let's just try this, that query selector, that which is the IMG, and then which sort of selects the first IMG tag that is found in the as a child of this lazy loader, and then let's say false IMG. So let's try that out, and it loads the image. what happens is, because it's really fast, it loads the image after. Oh, it didn't load the first image because it automatically sets the the image that we have. But let's say we add some kind of we 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 add some kind of slowness in the system and see what will happen. So the main J is being loaded and the landing page is loaded. Oh, it runs already, so that's not a good sign. We should check if I guess we could add a connected callback. So this is one of the parts of the life cycle of a web component. The connected callback would always be called when the element has been sort of not only created but oops, should not show up, should delete that part. Tuloy na I have a meeting with guys this with the guys this weekend, so guys might be seeing the text. So what we can do is to change video screens. Let me edit. Should use screen tree. Guess yep. Okay, screen tree. Okay, so changing mags. Okay. Where's my checker? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, if you have questions, you can go to the chat and check out my or not check out. You can put your questions there and other things that you have some questions. You can always ask me there. I'm looking at it. And okay, so what can we do about this? Oh yeah, let's say that this image is this query selector IMG, and we bound thumbnail let's say thumbnail loaded this thumbnail loaded that bind this. So this is one of my patterns when we can put it as part of the constructor. Super as usual, and this. Then after that, we can, if the image is existing, we can add this image add event listener loaded, which is if the image has been loaded, and we just use the bound thumbnail loaded and disconnected callback, which is another part of the life cycle of any web component. Means if the element has been destroyed before before destroying the element, it will run the disconnected callback for any garbage collection that you want to do. So we remove the event listener load with this bounded. Okay, so that's that. So we create the no, not the bound loader. That should be thumbnail loaded. Okay, and the thumbnail loaded is an event. Of course, it's always an event. So let's just say that. Yeah, let's just check it out first and see what happens. Oh, it's load 3D, so let's say online. Okay, so there's the event, and we can have the there's no target, and that's all right. That means it's working. We have the event. Now what we can do is one is we just load the image and then we change if this SRC, that means if there's an SRC, this image that IMG equals SRC. Oh no, that's stupid. This one. So let's see that. Loads the image, the image first, but it didn't change the image of the IMG tag. But yeah, let's see, console that this SRC. Let's try that out. Actually, this is bad debugging, but yeah, so it's loading, supposed to be loading, but I see, supposed to be set attribute. If I remember this right, it should be like this. SRC. No, not IMG, but SRC. Let's try this one. Yep. That's the behavior that we are trying to find, but that's sort of hackish. Thing that we did is sort of hackish and a bit sort of how do we say it? The idea is it depends. It depends. So the thing that we did here is we add an event listener for the image, the thumbnail image, to load first before loading the image itself, which is problematic. So right now it's sort of calling and recalling the image because we have an event listener here that every time we get an image here, it will load the image every now and then. So that's kind of stupid that I did there. I see it's bad, and it's supposed to be not good. So what we should do is change this change this up. This is not a good way. So what we did is really stupid. Okay, so now it's working. We have an what we need to do is we go back to our previous idea, which is the load image, and delete this. But instead of getting a query selector, which is the IMG tag, what we can do is we create element IMG, this image is equals to IMG, and then let's say that let's just const image is this one, and then const thumbnail image is this that query selector IMG. Now what we can do is to this image that SiC equals to IMG, which is the file, and then from there we that append image that onload is a function that will says that this this append child image, and this remove child thumbnail image. So let's see if that will work. Let's refresh that. Oh, that's fast. That is so fast. As you can see here, the first image has been loaded, and then the second image, which is the 75.5 kilograms kilobytes, has been loaded later. But let's try slow 3G. Slow 3G. So we have, so there's the image, the first image and the second image. Ah, that's so cool. We have done it, guys. But that's the first stop for this one. That's the first stop. Now, how big is the web component that we created? Let's check out our bundle size.html. Sizes. Yep, that's the one. Sizes. So we put it on. We have put it on. We have put it on landing page. So we let's just remove them and just show the landing page. And right now we have the image lazy loader at this is small. Wow, this is not minimized nor, yeah, this is not minimized, and it's just running on 3.43 kilobytes. That's a good start that we have for this one. Let's just add something here. Let's say we want to have some kind of how do I say this? Uh, some kind of effect that it would show up. It would show up as a. It would show up as a by opacity, I guess. So let's add in the CSS. If you know anything about CSS here, guys, you can jump in, put it on the chat. How can we do a fade in? So what we can do is I can't remember the CSS for this one, so I'm going to check Polymer project and how to style a shadow DOM. Styling a shadow DOM, blah 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 blah. Styling a slotted content. So it's a slotted so the host should have a position relative. So what we can do is, yeah, actually we could just do this. Instead of doing like typing it here and then checking it out, what we can do is just remove the part where the thumbnail image is being removed and retain the whole thing. Let's make it fast. So the image should be above, the old image should be above, and the image is below, which is good. And then we can change the style here, which is a good way to hack things, because so let's try this one to be position absolute, and it's not working. Position absolute, and let's try this one as well, position absolute, and it's not going to show up, of course, because that's stupid. Oh, because I forgot top 0. No. Guys, you can help me out on this one. Relative parent absolute both image, but the thing here is that it would sort of delete both image because I do not have a height anymore. Yeah, so the other okay, so let's just say No, it should work. This is the same as having it on host. Ha 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 ha. Any takers on this, guys? I forgot my CSS part for this one, but um hmm. Let's try. That's so hackish. Let me check the image loader. I forgot that part, but let me go back to my um notes on this one. Polymer Summit 2017, and it should show up. Yep, Supercharged, because they did it. They did this part. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Let me uh hack everything. Okay, let's try hacking everything. Um uh, 0 and left. Okay, it's float left. Oh, no, no, not this one. Let's try this one as float left. Ah, that's so cool. Float left. That's add-in is good. I think I know you. Ah, anyway, thanks add-in for this for saving my bot there. And then we'll just have z index 10. No, it's not showing up. Let's try putting it. Nope. It's not showing up. So how do we huh, 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 huh. If I remember it right, we'll do we use z index for this one? Nope. Nope, it's not working. I guess what we can do is, it's alright, we don't use z index. The idea was to put it on top, but that is because I was thinking of having the opacity being changed in the new image. But what we can do is the opacity is 0. Wait. Now the thing is, it's still that's the float left just remove the whole thing, which is stupid. So it's not a good idea. I thought that's a good answer, but it's not. It's just wait. I remember now. What's that again? It's supposed to be it's supposed to be padding top. Okay. Um, we need to. What's the? I remember now. Let's see. Not this one. This one. Let's see if this would work. So let's see first the box for this one. Okay, so overflow hidden. Nope, it's not working. And we're using up time for this one, which is bad. So I need to research up on this, ask my friends on this one. But what I know is I could use the padding top for creating a good image, or I could change, really just use a web component that is right. Now I can I'm thinking of something here, but this is 306.25. It should, let's say 306.25. Oops, that's stupid. It should just be 0. And then the margin top is oops. No, I forgot the PX. There you go. Now the image is that, but I have moved it too much to the top, which is for the image here. We have some kind of margin. There you go. The left is also 0. So we can hack the margin top here by getting the height of the image, which is, by the way, how do we get that? Let me check my code here. Size func. Let me check my but we can't reuse the component forever. What do you mean? What do you mean by cannot reuse the component. Oh wait, I think I can set this up without, let's see, thumbnail image, bounding box, bounding box, rectangle. Ah, yeah, there you are. Let's get the image, image that get bounding client rect dot dot height, oops, dot height, const height equals to image that get, and then we set image style dot margin top equals height px negative times -1 dot px, and then what's that again? Image style position absolute. So let's see if that will work. Nope. Ah, that's stupid. There's no height. Because I used a different one. It should be the thumbnail image that's already should have an image by now. Oops, I click on the wrong. Yep, it's working. Okay, now given that, what I've been clicking on any button lately. So given that, what we can do is have the image, given that it's absolute, we have that, we append that image, and then is this stupid? After we append that image, yeah, I'm thinking of getting it from the thumbnail image. This is a good so let's just say that the opacity should be image that style that opacity 0. This is going, we're just hacking this as of now. I know that there's a CSS CSS transition for this, but for now is we're going to use JS to do an opacity hack. So no, I don't want that. Okay, let's just again style opacity equals 1, and then let's just say that slotted, let's just try border 1 px solid black. Check if this is going to work. It should show a black. Okay, that's what I wanted to happen. So we use transition for this. Let me go check my notes on this. Transition CSS transitions. Now transitions should be because we love Safari, we use opacity for just 1 second. Let's try this out if this will work. Okay, it's not working as what I wanted to do. Let's try it out. Okay, it's supposed to be working, but I don't see the effect. Whoa, 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 what happened there? Why is it changing? Wow, there's something wrong in my code. And it's not working as much as I wanted to. This is a fun experiment that I'm creating. So let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. I remember now. We are having some kind of race condition where the thumbnail image is also not loaded, and the image is loaded really fast. So let's see. It's a hack, but bounding client rec, but the height. Okay, but again, it's not sort of showing the top is 0. No, don't add that, but it's sort of the image is 306 and then 306. So let's just try. Zero, 1, 0. What we can do is we'll add some styles. So we use IMG as opacity 1, and then slotted IMG dot let's say new as opacity 0. Let's see if this works. So we set it up as image the class list, the add what do you call this, new, and then image. Let's just put a set time out here so that it will sort of, although this is a hackish way of doing things, I could use Polymer's async or flush render or after render status to make it sort of safer, but for now we'll just use this one. So let's say we do this, and oh, that's too fast. Fast 3D. There you go. Sort of works, but then we remove this after we make our style margin top equals 0 and image style position is let's say inherit or auto. Auto is better, should default, I'm not mistaken. It should remove the image. Oops, that's too fast. That's a bit not good. I did something wrong there. Banner image, lazy load. If I what's the default for position again? Let's just put it on null, I guess. No. Okay. That will remove the styles. That's too fast. It just removed the image, and then we should have a transition end. So if I remember it right in my code, let me check my code for having a transition end. I have a boilerplate code for that. Where's my boilerplate code for having transitions? Oh, not that one. Oh, there's the I use the library. Get animation event. So we're going to use this one, which later on we can use get transition event. This I got this one from the internet, of course. I just forgot where, but it's supposed to work. Okay, so let's just do this animation and make it as transition. And that nope. That okay, animation to transition, because I am so lazy with these kinds of things. So get animation events, get animation event, get animation event of what? Of image. No, not that one. We are using transition event of image. Then from transition, if transition, we should okay, this is too much actually. We will have to change this later on. Too much hacks that I created. What's the function? Oh, the function. The function is we're just going to remove the thumbnail image, which is this one, and we're just doing this. Okay, and image that remove event listener transition fn. Let's see if this works. Oh, because we're doing it on slow. Oh, this That's not good. We're also, yep, there. Forgot about that. Let's try it out again. Okay, it's a bit good, I guess, but I'm not yet that happy. But we need to move on because we're running. We've already used up 1 hour for this experiment. But yes, I'll clean this up by the weekend. But now at least we know that this is the idea that we lazy load the image is one way to get the content on the first load, and then lazy load the better images later on. Oh, if someone were to start a brand new project, would you recommend them use Polymer 2.0 today and wait until all the tooling comes out, or just dive into 3? Yeah. Before going to my next part, I would like to answer this. For me, if you are going to use it on production, I think it's best to still use Polymer 2 because that's the stable one. And then, well, Bower is still okay, even though it's deprecated. Bower is still okay. But and there's still support for Polymer 2. And you can still use polyfills like the for the HTML imports. The only reason I'm using 3.0 is to prepare at least myself, and for those who are others who want to dive in, to already use the npm modules for Polymer, which is 3 is actually 3 is stable as well for Polymer. The only thing with the only thing that is missing with 3.0 is that some of the paper elements, if you are so used to using the app elements, the paper elements, the libraries that has been set up by Google developers, they don't have the Polymer 3.0 counterparts, especially Firebase. So I'm one of the community managers for the Polymer Fire repository. So we're still working on some parts of Polymer Fire. So that means it's not Polymer 3 ready yet. That means it doesn't it is not yet part of the npm package for Polymer. The Polymer Fire is not yet visible in npm. So if you are used to that, then you'll need to still use Polymer 2. But if if you want, like if you are so used to like Webpack, so I'm using Webpack for this one, for bundling npm modules and other stuff. Like, for me, I'm looking forward to just to ditch the Polymer libraries, not the Polymer libraries, but the element libraries, like the paper elements, because they still use the backwards compatibility library of Polymer, so that the idea is in Polymer, even in Polymer 3, the libraries, the elements are still using this one. So that means it's still legacy code, and it sort of loads like 25 kilobytes. If I'm not mistaken, it's 25. Sorry, it's about 20 kilobytes. So that's big. Instead of just using the Polymer element, which is about 12 to 13 kilobytes gzip. So again, I'm sort of looking forward to just minimize the code and making sure that on the wire it's small, it's fast. This is the basis of this project. Hopefully we can make it production ready, even if it's an experimental project that we're using. And again, Polymer 3 is it's still RC, so RC version. It's not really production ready, but I know some people like Andreas, which is one of my friends who is doing a startup here in the Philippines. He used Polymer 3 in production and it's working fine. You can check out. I'll put a link on uh, uh, so I'll put a link on his startup. You can check it out. It's working on. It's using Polymer 3, so you guys can check it out. So I put the link to the chat box, and yep, that's my friend Andreas, who is also using Polymer 3. He's the one, actually, just a bit of history. When I went to the DevFest, my first time attending the DevFest Philippines, I think that was in 2015, or yeah, 2015. Oh, yay. Thanks for following Canada, and also for the question. But yep, first time I attended, he was the one who introduced Polymer 0.5 by then, and he's the one who introduced me to use Polymer, and the idea was web components is the future, and I believed him. And yeah, and it's true. Polymer, not Polymer, but web components is the future. And I believe I wrote an article about this, but Polymer might be later on gone, and that's alright, because the standards that has been set because of Polymer would have been set maybe by, let's say, 5 years, I guess, where people can already just use Shadow DOM in creating reusable web components. So for now, let's just leave the lazy loader, because sort of we have let's just parse in this one. I think this might be the reason why it's not working, but 10 parse int 10. Let's refresh this thing again. Still loading some kind of, oh, it's okay. Because if we should have this timeout as clear timeout. Okay, just to make sure that there's no errors showing up on our screen here. Still, it's no, not offline. Let's have it. Oh, shoot. Aha. Okay, we are having we have some race conditions. If you guys saw that part. Um, hmm, mhm, 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 mhm. We'll just fix. Okay, that's the problem. Well, that well fix that part. This is one of the race conditions that I'm afraid of. Oh, because that yeah. Uh-huh. 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 The image is fast enough. There you go. It's like copying the whole thing. So that's the reason why is okay. Let's have it again. I think I'm missing a +1. Oh, that's that's stupid. Ah, fudge. A hackish way of doing things. Uh-huh. I think there's a yeah. Haha, that's like a lot of um checking. We should have made it really small. Uh, okay, for now let's just leave it at that, and then I'll do more research on this. But I guess you get the idea. The idea here is that we have created a web component, a sort of reusable web component. Oh, add 8px from the margin top. You you let me check that. 8px. Oh, nope, that's too much. Um, sorry if I'm reading your messages a bit late. I think my sort of my preview is a bit slow. So what I'm doing is checking out the chat box. Yeah, not too big. The 3.5 is fine. Okay. Yeah. The thing is the chat is showing up, or the video is showing up a bit more later than what I'm doing. So yeah, apologies for that if my response is a bit delayed. Okay, so what should we do next? Okay, the articles. We follow the articles. So what should the articles look like? These ones. So you have two types of articles. Oh, I like this one. You have this kind of big thing here, like it takes up the top and the bottom part of the grid, and you have your left and right. You have two columns with two rows. So the first column takes up two rows, and the two other columns has two rows of um, elements here, or reusable elements. So one way, I was thinking, for this one, I was thinking of how can you imagine, without looking at the code, how can you imagine the structure of this section in such a way that it's easy enough for you guys to do your CSS magic? So that's my sort of practice in like visualizing how to implement any design that is given. The idea here is that usually people would use sketch, and then the designers would use Sketch, or I think for some people they use the new Adobe XD, and then they would give you the files in a form of Zeppelin, or maybe or an exported HTML file from Sketch, and you would see, of course, the margin and paddings and whatnot. But the thing is, what would be the optimal HTML structure for this one? So we know that this whole thing is a group. We know that this whole thing is a group, which is let's say a section, and then you'll have your big section here, another grouping, which is, let's say, an article, which is which has these kinds of things, the meta information. You have your title, oops, a bit of text, I guess, a summary, the avatar of that person, and the name, and some meta, where like when the image has been published, and how long will you be able to read the article, and the image being published, but the article being published, and of course the any actionable items that you want the users to do. And then you have your like summarized version, which still has an image and then a title, but no more meta tags at the top, and so on and so forth, which means this is more of like, I don't know, priority article that you might want to read, and these are sort of secondary. So going back to my question is, how can we set this up? So usually you have your section and you have your components here, but you have your grouping here that allows you to set these things up. Either you have your single grouping here, or and then another group here, and then or this, the whole thing is one big group. So to help me visualize that, I would also check it on a phone. What happens when it's on the phone? So it becomes like this one, just a standard top to bottom one column text. Oh no, list of articles. But let's say for responsive, we want it small. Again, the 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 style breaks on 767. So once it's 767, so it's just two styles. So one way is we can have this one on flex. No, not really flex, or just flex 1. And then you have your big group here as flex 2. But that would be hard because you want this like, how do I say this? Like just a for loop of elements. And then a list of elements, and then let the CSS do this kind of layout. So what we can do is, let's close this one, go back to the landing page, and I've created a section already for you guys here. So it's a section, and let's just type in the title, which is top articles. And usually the bar would be div. They use div, but we'll use HR because it's a horizontal line. Remember that we have HR and we can style HR, and we know that it is a separator of content instead of using div and using borderline. So please use HR. Remember, we need to go back to basics. Okay, so H1 top articles. Okay, then the container, which is, let's say, article, and then here what we can do is template is DOM repeat. This is one of the things that I love, but once you get used to, I love what they are doing right now with lit HTML. We can ditch most of these things. Of course, the downside is you're going to use JavaScript string templates for doing HTML, sort of just like JSX for React, but it's even smaller. I have made a simple site that uses lit HTML, and it's smaller by guess 2 to 3 kilobytes. So if you are into that thing, making things smaller, you should check out lit HTML. Okay, so you have your articles here, and let's just say that we are going to use um, fire article. Oh no, yeah, fire article, because I just love that. And article, I guess, would be the article, um, as article. Okay, we just named it as this one. And let's create the data for this. We want to have the articles as an array of articles. So in our example, we have 5 articles there. Each has yeah, for LCS Canada, I'll be releasing, I guess, within the end of the week, the small print builder, or I don't know if I can say the word framework, because it's not a framework, but it's just like create webpack, some kind of create, oh, not create webpack, um, a boilerplate uh, project structure using Polymer 3 and whatnot. So I'm using, I call it small print, because one of the goals of this structure is to make sure that the first load is under um, 50 kilobytes, making it having a smaller footprint. And yes, okay, that's why it's small print. Anyway, so title. So going back, you have articles, you have titles. So let's create some titles. I'm going to use medium for this, my medium articles, just for proper um, proper examples, and not using lorem ipsum. Okay, so summary, let's open up, let's show it as a word wrap. Okay, title, let's just say okay, because I am lazy, and then let's just use what avatar, we use avatar. Oh, so this is my image, and name is TJ Montserrat. So yeah, we just do this kind of thing here, copy paste the developer's friend. So going back to web basics, and then we have it on September 23, and it's a 9 minutes read. Playing with my own Polymer app show. So yep. And I wrote this. No, I should be writing more often, or else it would, my writing skills would go bad. Oh, yeah. Okay, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's I need another one. July 13th. So, oh yeah, I need an image. Ouch. Should be having an image. July 9. Let's just use the images that I have. No. Beef. Okay. Copy image. Oh no, not copy image. Copy image URL. So image is this one. For that and web basics, I'm using fudge. I don't have a good this one is good, I guess. So copy image address, image. I should be a bit more yeah, should be that. And then playing with my own Polymer app show. I don't have, okay, nope, I don't have a picture for that. Okay, picture. Oh, that's stupid. Okay. Okay, let's say we have two articles that doesn't have images, and we have the others having, so it's an array with a value. We want it for now to use this, and the value is articles. So how we really know if it's working? So let's try this. Article dot um article dot title. It should show up a list of titles, and it's not, because we did something wrong. Oops, that's stupid. Why? Oh yeah, it's okay. Title, articles title. Let's see. One of my debuggers to put on. Okay, it's not working. So why is that? Let's just use item for now. This works. Oh, I forgot that CCC. That's like stupid of me. I forgot to load the DOM repeat. Why did I forgot that? So we should import not that we should import the DOM repeat Polymer it's in line elements DOM repeat. Gosh, I should wait. Yeah, let me check let me check that one. Okay, where's my project? Okay, I forgot my folder. Let me check. Oops, ouch. Fire purple blog. We're checking at the node modules, and we're looking at Polymer. Oops. Oh, that's stupid. It should be at the app folder, and we're looking at Polymer live elements, and it's DOM repeat. Yeah, okay, yay. It should show up. Yep, there you go. Ta-da! It's working. Yay! So we still have like 20 minutes left. The next thing that we should do is to create the container for this one. So let's try to make that as fast as we can, and just to show how fast can this be done before my time ends at 12 midnight. So let's copy this and let's just paste it. I'm thinking of creating a slush file again, a slush generator or task to create components for a module, but I'm still sort of dilly-dallying on that one. So it's a fire article. I named it fire article, and the JS part is just removing all the extra things that we created here and just saying that this is an article, which is type object, and we don't need this stuff anymore because it's just stuff that we added. Okay, so that's become a fire article, and we create a fire article. So now the fire article is like this. We have your image. So the image is always some kind of actually it's a tag. So it's a tag, let's say, that goes to a, okay, we put it as a I don't know if we can use section for this one, but no, it's not really a section, so we use a div. Yeah, for now we use a div, which is no, we don't need a div because the whole thing is a div. The article is a div already, and we can style it up. So this one is sort of a header type with anchor. So this, or which is a banner. So let's say this is a banner image which has a specific height, and then okay, we create yeah, no, I still want to use IMG. So we're not going to use first the lazy loader because we don't have a small image. So we're going to just use the usual IMG tag and then out. So we should have an article that we use the title as the alt for the image, but again, article image, it doesn't have, yeah, so we have that, and then if we have that, we will have, next is the h1. Oh, we should use h2 because we already have an h1 for the section. So it's like you have top articles and you have sub categories or sub headers, and that should be h2. So we name it as title and article dot title. Oh, I should look at the chat box if you have some questions. You have some questions. Okay, so h2 is here. We have the h2, and at the bottom is yeah, at the bottom is this one. So we need to have like maybe a p class summary. I forgot the summary, which is the article summary, and then let's have the because this one is, we use footer, yay, because we can have footer inside a section, the footer of that, or each part, I guess. This is a footer, of course, and then we have your IMG SiC article that avatar out article that name. We should add for lack of term, this is banner anchor. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to do this for now, having the a tag inside the h2. Yeah, but yeah, just because I want the h2 to be outside and not the a tag, but to each. Okay, I want this to also be avatar anchor. I forgot to use the secret weapon that I have for this, and then class, which is, let's say, avatar. Then after that we have your what do we have? The name and the, so we have, oops, bunkers. Okay, div class avatar text. No, or I mean, let's just use meta text. And then we create use p. No, it's not a paragraph, so we can just use span for this. But I'm going to check out again my notes, but let's just say we're not going to use div. Use address. Contact information for its nearest article or yep, that's the one. And then we use, like, let's say the name, article.name, and I'm still used to XHTML for BR, which is before my brain gets fried for staying up late again. We still need to have a date read. So we have the article date and article read min read. So we have that, and let's say we load it up. Image loader, and we're going to use fire article. There you are. Ta-da! Nope, not that fire article. We remove this one, because we know now that it works. There you go. The images are there. So I think we do have a bit more time, 6 minutes, but I'm a bit sleepy now, and I need to get back to work early tomorrow for some of the things in my backlog. But yes, now we can have a list of articles, yay! And if later on we will set up Firebase in such a way that this is going to be the thing that we want to sort of show. And as you can see, if there's no image, we show sort of a broken image tag, which we need to fix. So for tomorrow Wednesday, it's again I'll try 4 to 5:30 because I need to go to my university for some things by 6 p.m. But yes, we'll be having this by 4 p.m. tomorrow Philippine time. And for those who cannot watch, I'll put it up on YouTube. So tomorrow what we will be doing is to style this article section using our reusable fire article component. and which I would also touch on something that uh, I sort of discussed with one of my friends, John Paul de Guzman. He sort of posted a question in Facebook um, about CSS styling of reusable components in a container, and it's really a good a good a good point that he showed. I may show it up in the streaming if you guys want. Just again, just hit me up in the chat box, or um, you guys can tweet me or send me a message in Twitter, DM me, or just tag me in one of your tweets, and I'll try to answer it up as good as I can. Um, that's all for now, I guess. If you uh, I'll clean this up and call it a day. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Adin, for your suggestions. Thanks, LCS Canada, for following, and for your questions. Again, this is TJ Montserrat, signing out. Where's my music? The music. Music. Oops. Uh, oops, I forgot to unmute my desktop. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.